Hey there, how are you? Dr. Dave here. Sometimes they call me David Magic or even Dan. I get called everything. But I've been microdosing magic mushrooms for about 13 months now as we speak, and they've actually not only helped me in an incredible way, but they've got me to think about my life in general and why I possibly could have been so fucked up. And sorry, there's going to be language in this one because sometimes I get really passionate about things that happened in my life. And when I get really passionate in a good or bad way, I open up and I'm my true self. You don't want to see me be somebody that's not me. So I'm going to say what's on my mind. I'm going to say it like it is, like it was. And I think the things that I'm going to say in this video can really help you. I've kind of divided them up into three categories, things that kind of screwed with my life, if you will. Number one, if you feel something in your heart, it's likely true. Not 100%, but it's likely true. For example, I'll give you a couple examples in my life, and you could probably think of a bunch in your life. And so number one was getting married for the first time. I was really into this woman, and at least I thought I was. But there was a voice in my heart, something in my heart that was telling me, Dave, no, you're too young, you're not sure, she's not the right person. There was a voice telling me many different things, and I chose to ignore the voice, thinking that, what does this voice know? This voice does not know more than I know, but this voice was coming from my heart and telling me things that actually turned out to be totally true. So time always has a way of proving itself, and over time, the voice was correct. I believe I made a mistake at this point. I'm not saying I didn't have some good years, but there were a lot of really bad things and bad years and things that really screwed with my mind, and that's one of the reasons that I was so screwed up and had to resort to something that would fix me. And luckily I found the magic mushrooms, but if I hadn't found them, I don't know if anything else was really working. So going back, I mean, maybe I could have prevented a lot of this stuff, but when you hear this voice, or when you feel this voice in your heart, listen to it. It knows. It's almost like the mushroom speaking to you, but pre-mushrooms. So if that makes sense at all, there's a lot of things going on that your inner psyche knows that you might not realize yet. Another one was, as you know, I'm a doc, but being a doc, I'm not an MD, I'm a retired dentist. And when I started dental school, I wasn't really sure what it was. I mean, I was coming from a Jewish, high-achieving type family. I was kind of guided into this direction, like, Dave, you should be a dentist. Dentistry is a great profession. Repeat after me. Dentistry is a great profession. And I was brainwashed into thinking that I should be a dentist. Why? I don't know. I'm not really sure. And dentistry is a great profession for the right people, for sure. Was it a great profession for me? Not necessarily the right one, but I was kind of guided into this area. And again, that inner voice throughout dental school was telling me, like, pretty much saying to me, like, Dave or Dan or David Magic, like, what in the fuck are you doing? This is not you. What are you doing? I heard that voice over and over and over. But again, I chose to ignore the voice. Well, guess what? The voice came back to me after a period of decades, and that voice was right. Luckily, the magic mushrooms, again, helped me out of some real craziness that took place over many, many, many years and many decades. My marriage, my dentistry, just this crazy stuff that maybe I shouldn't have been involved with, but I did get involved with it. And don't get me wrong, dentistry afforded me some really great things and gave me a great lifestyle now, because even though I got out of dentistry and started another business, I probably would not have been able to do that other business without dentistry. But who knows what I would have done? Who knows what I would have done without dentistry? Maybe it would have been really good. Maybe it would have been more passionate. Maybe I wouldn't have made as much money. Maybe I would have made a lot more. It's not all about money. It's about inner peace, happiness, and fulfillment in your life. It's not just about making money. Trust me on that one. What does your heart say? Listen to your heart. Number two, the second broader category is don't put up with people's bullshit. I made several mistakes, probably many, but again, I've got a few that I'll share with you. A few mistakes that I made in my life that my life probably would have gone a totally different way if I hadn't put up with bullshit. Number one, I'm not going to use names right now because I don't, or I'm not going to insinuate anything, but let's just say I'm a fairly young guy and I've got a girlfriend and I believe I'm madly in love with this girlfriend. But one summer, this girl goes back home and starts dating another guy. And this other guy kind of comes out of nowhere, but he's courting her and sending her flowers and calling her. And I get really pissed and I get really jealous. And it leads me to try to escalate my relationship with this girl. And that might not have been such a good thing. Looking back many decades, I should have said, okay, you want him? Take him. I'm out of here. I'm gone. I don't really care what you two do. You two go together and have a great life. But no, I had to be like a man and I had to fight for my woman. And fighting for my woman was probably a stupid ass thing that I did. And it got me not to where I wanted to be. So yeah, I should have just said, go, have fun. I let this guy who I didn't know kind of screw up my life. So in the future, or if it happens to you and you feel like somebody's kind of getting in the way of something, say, okay, fine, I'm out of here. I'm done. Okay, I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense or not, but it's absolutely one of the things that screwed with me. There's no question about it. I remember one time I had a girlfriend, and it was a very similar situation, and we were kind of going really well, and there was this guy that kept calling her and leaving gifts on the doorstep and trying to get it, and I should have just said, look, I shouldn't have been upset with the guy. I should have said, I'm out of here. I'm gone. See, I learned this stuff too late in life. And I take it back. It's never too late. I know it now. And if anybody tries to screw with me now, I've got more confidence and I've got more years behind me and I've got more experience. And I realize that, if somebody's trying to tell me something or something's in my gut or something's happening in a situation, that sometimes you just need to say, okay, let it go. This is not for me. I'm out of here. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And we don't do it enough. And I didn't do it enough. And it definitely set me on the wrong path in my life several times, for sure. Nowadays, okay, you want to do that? I'm gone. Try saying it. It really works and it's powerful. The third thing is somebody actually wrote in on one of the comments, and she made a comment. It said something like, I tried microdosing due to, I'm probably not getting this exactly right, but it's close enough for this information, close enough for this advice I'm about to give you. And she said, she started feeling better. Her depression started going away, and she started feeling better about herself. But that in itself made her feel guilty. In other words, she felt like, I'm the type of person that needs to be depressed. If I start feeling better, that's probably not a good thing. Even though I feel better, it's something that I don't feel confident with, if that makes sense at all. In other words, we have things that maybe we don't want to be too good at because we think that other people will look at us like, oh, you're too good, you're too successful, you're too happy. And that's a tremendous mistake. And there have been times in my life where I thought I could do something that would make me happier and more successful, and I don't know what, many things, but I kind of held back because I thought it would make me too good. And that was just stupid. Who am I worried about? Am I worried about what other people think? Yes, I really was worried. I was always worried about what other people thought of me. I had to project this image of being good, but not too good. And yeah, I was concerned if I got too good, too successful, what would other people be talking about? You know something? The mushrooms have taught me a lot. They've taught me so much. And I learned that, yes, being a kind, good person on this planet is super important. Treating other human beings the way you would want to be treated, treating animals the way that they should be treated, being kind to everything, everybody, plants, whatever it might be kind. But don't be a people pleaser necessarily. Don't worry. As long as you're doing the right thing in your life, and as long as you know you're being kind, you're doing the right thing, you're helping others, don't worry about being a people pleaser. Meaning, don't worry about so much about what other people think of you, because that's not what your life is about, nor is it what it should be defined as, what other people think of you. As long as you know in your heart you are a good person doing the right thing, don't worry. And yeah, I was too worried. For a long time, I was too worried. The mushrooms have taught me so much about my life in 13 short months. I always say that I wish I had my little friends here decades ago, because I would probably be a different person. Would that have been a better person? No, I'm a pretty damn good person now. I love to help others, as you can see, but I cared too much about the wrong things and about what other people thought, and everything else I said in this video. I sometimes I lose my words because I get really passionate about life and about what I did wrong, and even about what I did right. And I did a lot right, don't get me wrong, I did a lot right. But I did things wrong that definitely, absolutely set me on a path that I probably would not have been on had I known better back in those days. I hope this makes sense. I did a lot of ranting, but again, the mushrooms help me sort out my life. And if I can help one person that's going through maybe similar things sort out their life, then I've succeeded. I hope I have. Let me know. Bless you. I'm Dr. Dave. Call me David Magic if you like. I don't know why Dan, when I first started doing this video series, for some reason, I don't know if I was mispronouncing my own name, which I doubt, but many people started referring to me as Dan. I don't know why. It's never happened in my life. But again, maybe it's something mysterious about the mushrooms. Maybe I should have been named Dan, although I love the name David. David means beloved in Hebrew, and I'll stick with that. And somebody asked me the other day, I think it was on the live stream, am I religious? Do I believe in God? I was born Jewish. I'm not religious per se. I don't go to synagogue. I don't really observe the Jewish rules at all. But I do consider myself Jewish, but I've learned, I think, on a higher level how to handle my life and how to do the right thing. And organized religion really didn't help me do any of that. It was more, as far as I was concerned, when I was more involved in it, it was more like, I want to donate money to get my name on a wing in the synagogue. To me, screw that. To me, that doesn't mean anything. All it means is somebody has a lot of money and they want to pay millions of dollars to have their name inscribed somewhere. Do they really care about that wing of the synagogue? Do they really care about helping? In my opinion, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe in some cases, but maybe not. It's more about, here I am, look at me, I've got money, I'm donating millions so I can have my name inscribed here. Okay, bullshit. Why didn't you do it anonymously then? If you really cared, why didn't you do it anonymously and not worry about what people are going to think of you because you got so much damn money. It's crazy out there, guys, but I'm so glad I'm coming around, and I feel really good. Our move from Maryland to Utah was probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life, with my wife, my cat that subsequently passed away at 19 years old, but he's experienced Utah and the beautiful mountains and landscape here, and feel really good about that. Okay, I'm not going to rant anymore. I really hope this helped. I do love you. Talk to you later. Bye.